Welcome back to my video tutorial series. In this video, I'll be teaching you how to effectively use your mouse. Once you open AutoCAD, you will see something looking like this. This is called the crosshair. Once a command is active, it will change from a crosshair to a pick box. Say for example, you click copy, it will change to a box which will give you the option to click onto the line that you want to copy or the object you wish to copy. For you to use the mouse, this is a typical mouse. Alright, this is the crosshair. The left mouse button, this one here, is used to click to select object. So if we wish to select the crosshair, we bring the select crosshair, we bring this over, left click. If we should select this, we pretty much move the crosshair across and left click. So the left mouse button is used for selection. The middle mouse button is used to zoom and pan. All right. So for example, if you wish to enlarge the A here, you will simply bring your crosshair up to that section and you will roll this up and it will enlarge or increase the figure. If we wish to zoom this little part up, we would come down here with the crosshair, roll up. Alright. If we wish to reduce the size, we roll it back down. We could also press the middle mouse button twice. Bam, bam. Just 2 times like this. Press it 2 times to reorient or to reset the drawing onto the screen. All right, that's one. Next thing, the right mouse button. The right mouse button, when we click the right mouse button, it allows us to open some additional commands or some additional features. For example, if I left click onto this and right click, I would be able to select similar, change the properties, and a lot of other options. Now, how do we effectively use our mouse to select? There are several methods of selection that we could use. I would like you to take note of this. I'm giving you a couple seconds to do that. There are 4 main methods of selection that we normally use in AutoCAD. We have the very popular and the most common, which is window selection. We have lasso, fence, and polygon. Take some time to write these down or make notes. For window selection, what window selection does, window selection allows us to create a rectangular box. All right. So once you move your crosshair to a spot and you left click, say for example, I left click here, it will start creating a rectangle at this point. So I move here, it will start create a rectangle here. And it's important to know that this point, the rectangle will be formed along this line, right? So we left click here, we move to another location. So remember left click. So we left click, release, move down to our next location. Say here, if we left click here, we will create a next point here. And again, this line, a rectangle will be formed along this line, all right? Very important. So for window selection, you need to select 2 points. We left click at a point, upper right and lower left, or lower left and upper right. Something to be mindful of. When you are choosing this point, you need to ensure that the crosshair, the point here, will not cut into the object, right, that you wish to select. That's very important. So say for example I wish to select this entire figure. If I click here, it will not be a good spot. Why? Because the rectangle would start forming here down to this point. So you must choose a point which will allow you to cover the entire figure if you wish to cover the entire figure. That is one, right? Second thing to note is that when you left click here and you move to the right, right? You left click here and you move to the right. So once you left click here and you move to the right, the entire object must be covered for it to be selected. All right. So left click here, move to the right. This will turn blue. Move to the right. The entire object must be covered for it to be selected. If it's like this, it will, under the section that is fully covered in the box, will be selected. So this method is useful for cases where you wish to select a part of the object and not the entire object. So something that you must be mindful of. On the other hand, if you were to left click here at this point, and you were to move to the left, this would turn green, right? So left click, move to the left, this will turn green, and every part that the line touches will be selected. So this will be selected, that. Everything here that this touches will be selected. So it's important to note the difference, right? Left click, move to the left. Everything the rectangle touches will be selected. Left click, move to the right. You must cover the entire object for it to be selected. Very important. So that's that for window selection. Now, lasso. Lasso is a little different from window selection. Window selection creates a rectangular box. With lasso, you left click and hold. So you move, you left click and you must hold down the mouse. You left click and move, and as you move, a pattern will be created. Yeah, left click and move. So we left click here and we move, and it will create a pattern there. A pattern will be created, and in like manner, once you move to the right from the point where you click, this will turn blue, and again everything must be covered for it to be selected. Again, we left click, move to the left with our mouse. Everything that this encomp touches will be selected. This is very useful for cases where you have a lot of different sections and you wish to select just a part of the drawing, just a little tiny section, so you can navigate your way through it. It's very important. That's for lasso. Now, for fence, what fence does, fence allow you to create, a pattern. You create a pattern, and anything that you touch, that this broken line touches, will be selected. All right? So we start here, you move there, click, move there, click, move there, and click, move here. So we start here, move up, left click, move there, left click, move there. any line that this touches will be selected. However, it is important to note that you must press the enter key upon completing the last point for this to take effect, right? You must click enter after the last point. It's very important, right? And the last one is polygon. With polygon, it's similar to fence. Well, not necessarily, but with polygon, you basically click some points. You click here, click there, click there, 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 and that pattern will be created. So anything that is trapped inside simple applies. If you start and move to the right, you must cover everything. If you start here and start creating the pattern to the left, everything there that line touches or passes through will be selected. All right. So if you have any question on how to use your mouse, please drop me a comment. And of course, remember, if you like this video, drop me a comment and also share. All right. So just to recap, the left mouse button is used for selection. Left, say left click, you don't left click and hold, left click. Right click is used to open other applications or other commands, right? The middle mouse button is used to scroll or pan. Yeah. You could also press the middle mouse button 2 times, bam bam, and it will readjust all the drawings onto the screen, right? Lasso creates an irregular pattern, and again, if you click here and move to the right, you must cover everything. If you click here and move to the left, everything that is touched will be covered, will be selected. And fence creates a line, a broken line, and with fence you must click enter at the end for it to take effect. Polygon, same principle applies. Click creates a polygon to the right, must be covered. Click, move to the left of the point, whatever it touches will be selected. Thank you for watching, guys.